permanent, because then John Cena stepped in and said, oh, and then he'll be banned for life to kind of like, here's what you were supposed to,
Yeah, and Cena jumped in at another point during that promo, said something like, you mean SummerSlam, right? Or something like that. When he,
that's why he was there, too. I guarantee it, man.
Yeah, I know, just to carry him through, right? Just to get him through that
like
promo.
Triple H is in there with,
The very little that he had to do, you know what I mean? I mean, that other guy, that Dr. Ken, was just highly annoying in that opening segment, and it only got worse throughout the
and Piven, I don't know if people agree or you agree, but I even told you this last night. I was like, he's doing pretty damn decent on his own. If that goofball wasn't running around being a jerk-off the whole time and distracting him.
Exactly. And he wasn't promoted. They didn't promote him. I mean, it came out on Piven's Twitter account, I believe, over the weekend that they were gonna bring him in. So I don't know.
Nobody really knows who he is either, especially by name. Like if you said Ken, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Jeong, I don't know how to say it. That's why they call him Dr. Ken probably. But nobody knows him by name. He's just been the goofy guy that's appeared in a lot of Judd Apatow movies lately. So. And not even in major roles, I should say. Everybody talks about how he was in The Hangover. He was in The Hangover for all of a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. He had like 2 scenes. That was it.
Not only that, but I mean, I haven't seen The Hangover or the latest movie that is. I mean, I haven't seen that stuff. Jeremy Piven is a nobody to me. You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't.
Jeremy Piven's a pretty big deal, actually. He's in like everything, like every movie there is, and Entourage.
You know what I mean? You know me and movies, dude. I don't watch a lot of movies. So, I mean, I didn't even cross my mind. Bruno, no, I got about halfway through it, and I left off there. It was good from what I saw. I got past the terrorist part, which was pretty crazy, man. If that was I heard that guy's still in the terrorist or something.
Apparently, he was like he's not an active terrorist. He once was in terrorist activities or something. So I was always wondering too, how the hell he got that guy. And retired or not, you got balls. You're going to tell a terrorist who used to work for or help out Osama bin Laden, and you tell him Osama bin Laden looked like a dirty Santa Claus or a homeless wizard or something. I was like, Jesus Christ, you got balls, man.
Yeah, that was.
And he's doing it in a gay character the whole time. You're like, not only are you insulting the hell out of his leader and his master, but you're doing it as a gay guy.
And the guy's
he's so
eyes,
not curious,
I mean, he gave like a death stare. I mean, that terrorist was like, dude,
I know. I was
one more question. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, oh man, this guy is gonna pull out a gun or something, and that's the end of what's his name, Sacha Baron Cohen. Is that his name? Something. I probably butchered it, but nonetheless. All right, back to Monday Night Raw from last night. We had a backstage segment. This I did not see. I was actually out in the kitchen cooking something last night during Monday Night Raw. Nice fat dinner at about 9 o'clock at night, and I came back and this had just ended. But they did something with the Big Show backstage, right?
Yeah, you missed something already.
What?
We got Jack Swagger versus Evan Bourne in a match right before that.
You're right.
Jack Swagger won. He won in a squash match, and after the match, he refused to stop beating on Bourne until MVP came down and made the save. So I guess they're going with Swagger and MVP, even though Swagger and Bourne seem like it's ready to go by itself with last
Swagger,
week.
The thing about that, dude, is Swagger and Bourne was ready to go by itself. You go out there and you squash Evan Bourne, all right? And Evan Bourne was, I mean, he was. I know he's a small guy, doesn't have that huge look that they're looking for, but he was really popular on ECW. And when they drafted him just a few months ago, I said if he goes to Raw, he's going to get lost in the shuffle. I mean, Evan Bourne on Raw just does not fit in. I know they want exposure. I know they want him to get that. I bet that's why
they're moving The Miz too, for the same reason. He's not. He's gonna be overshadowed no matter what he does. The Miz is never gonna be one of the top spot guys.
Right.
Not anytime soon. And Evan Bourne's not gonna have any chance of doing it. If Evan Bourne's below Jack Swagger in the pecking order, then I don't know.
Well, I would send the Miz over to ECW. I mean, look at their talent, right? You've got You've got all young guys over there right now. I know you've got Christian and Tommy Dreamer over there as well, but I would send him over to ECW. I'd send Bourne back to ECW as well. I mean, Bourne, look at Bourne squashed on Raw. Come on, you know.
Well, you send him to SmackDown, you've already got him and Morrison as a program right off the bat. Boom. And then,
right.
I mean, they need a lot of heels on SmackDown right now. Isn't that why they turned CM Punk? I mean, he would be a perfect addition to SmackDown.
Well, they needed faces because they turned
faces,
face as well, you know, and Jeff Hardy. Actually, it looks like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, who's the top guys on SmackDown besides Jeff Hardy, CM Punk, and Morrison?
CM Punk's not a top guy anymore. CM Punk is a full.
He's in the world title match tonight. What are you talking about?
Who is?
CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy, but he's a heel. He's not a face over there.
That's what I said. I said they turned him heel because they needed more heels. That's what I was asking you. I wasn't sure, but.
Right. And then Jeff Hardy on the face side is going to be leaving as well. So John Morrison picks up the slack there. The Miz. I don't know if they do a Miz versus Morrison. I would say Miz would be better fit. I mean, he's got mic skills. Throw him on ECW. You know what I mean? I don't know. I
think like a waste. I think the Miz could be maybe not a long-term top guy on SmackDown, but I don't see why they couldn't give him a shot like CM Punk or Morrison or somebody like that, because it seems like they're going with Morrison on the top now. So right. I don't see why Miz couldn't at least get a shot. You know, it's not going to hurt the rating none. You know, so
no. It's like Carlito versus Primo. You know what I mean? Last night on Raw, are they just going to give it away, or are you going to hype a match like that up and give it away on a pay-per-view? The Miz versus Morrison.
What was the point of putting a tag team together, and then you're going to break it up, and then the big blow-off is a 3-minute squash match on Raw with no controversy, no angle after the match. You know,
and not only that, but dude, back to Swagger and Bourne. I mean, the week before, MVP and Chris Masters had a match, and the match ended with a double countout. You know what I mean? With both guys outside the ring. So you could have done MVP and Chris Masters, and then Chris Masters, who was barely seen on Raw last night except for a lumberjack in the main event.
Well, he had a big spot. He had a big spot in that match, you know.
Right, he put the master lock on.
Cena didn't break the master lock or nothing, so I mean, I guess it put him over a little bit.
True, but they could have had a program with Masters and MVP. I think that would have been.
No, I agree. Because then you could have done Bourne and Swagger. Bourne and Swagger last week. Bourne was in that tournament. Had the best time, but wasn't considered a contender, whatever the hell the rules were, that stupid thing. He beat Jack Swagger in a great match, you know. And then this week they just squashed him for no reason. You know, they should have just had like